The Macon County Conservation District has interactive programs for community members of all ages. Here today to tell me about some of them is Ashen Dukeman. Welcome to ciLiving. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right, so can you tell me a little bit about the Conservation District?
Yeah, so our mission is to preserve and protect our natural resources. And not only that, we're also here to educate our people about their natural areas, because at the end of the day, these are their natural areas and their green spaces. And they should know a little bit about them and what resides there and what cool plants and stuff we have.
And I know that Decatur this is sort of like the hidden gem of Decatur. So can you tell me a little bit about the Nature Center and some of the resources that you do have there?
Yeah, so like I said, we are described a lot as a hidden gem, and while we do love that, we want more people to come out and experience that. So we have the Rock Springs Nature Center there in Decatur, that we have interactive aspects to our Nature Center and our Eco Center. We have the famous bird window, the window on wildlife, so that's a lot of fun. We have a big comfy couch. You can come out and watch the birds from the comfort of the comfy couch. We've got turkeys, raccoons, possums, deer that all come up to that window. And so it's just a great way to kind of experience nature, but maybe you don't want to be out in the below freezing temperatures.
Right, so you can experience nature from the comfort of inside through a picture window. I like the concept of that.
Yeah, it's right outside my office. It's perfect. If I even need a break, I just walk to the bird window.
That's great, a perfect view. And then you also have some campground areas, correct?
Yes, we do. We have the Friends Creek Campground, which is located in the Argenta area. It's the only public campground in Macon County. That season starts here coming up really soon in May, and so we're already taking reservations for campsites. We get campers from all over the country that they love it because it's so quiet. It is very secluded out there, but that's what they really like about it. They're like, it's so quiet out here, we can't hear the noise from the interstate. There's playgrounds for kids. We have a historic one-room schoolhouse on the property that they can go look at. We've got trails. Occasionally we'll come out and do programs with the campers, and so there's just a really lot of neat things to experience out there.
And then tell me a little bit about some of the programs that you have coming up. I see you've brought some visual aids because I know some of them have to do with owls.
Yep, so we have several owl programs. In fact, this Thursday we do have a little mini camp owl program for our littles. They like to learn about the little things that go hoot, even though most owls do not go hoot. So that's something that we talk about.
What do owls say?
Well, some of them, like the barred owl, he says more of who cooks for you. I would try to do that, but I don't think anyone wants to hear my barred owl impression. I've tried it once before and said I would never do it again.
I think that was a pretty good replica. And is this an egg of an owl?
Yes. So this is the skull of a barred owl. So a lot of people, we have the barn and the barred, and so they can get easily confused. The barred owl is the one that you will most commonly see. They're very large, they're brown. Unlike these little guys here, these are our eastern screech owls. And so they're really, really cute. They don't get very big. They do come in 2 different colorations, but scientists don't really know why. There's no specific purpose for it. They do have these little false ears, which are adorable. Again, we don't know. They're very expressive with those little false ears. When they kind of get agitated, they will come up, and it's adorable. So we kind of talk about the differences in these owls, like what their habitats look like, where you have the barn owl, who you typically find in barns or in very high places in open prairie, because they need that open prairie to hunt, whereas the barred owls you will find more in the woods, in the forest. So we have a night hike that we have people come with us at night. We look for owls, we see where their habitats are and see if we can find any. It's always a lot of fun.
That's amazing. And then what is this piece display that you've brought for us?
These are owl pellets, and so we talk a little bit about how do owls eat. They tend to eat things whole, and because they eat things whole, they're going to swallow things like bones, fur, and that's always, it's not digestible, so it has to go somewhere. And so owls do cough up owl pellets. For some of our school programs, we will get a hold of owl pellets, and the kids are allowed to dissect them themselves and try to figure out, what did that owl eat? Can we piece together the bones to try to figure out what this small mammal or other small bird was? And the kids always have fun with it. Anytime they can pick apart something kind of gross, they love it.
And I like that element of the hands-on learning and the science, because I feel like if you tell them what owls eat, they may or may not remember it. If they've had to reconstruct what that owl ate, I feel like that's a memory that they will have for a very long time.
Oh yeah, we like to try to get the kids as many hands-on interactions as we can, because like I said, it just kind of sticks in their brain a little better. Kids learn through play, they learn by doing, and that's really like it's a lot like what we like to do out there, that not only do we tell them about hikes and the different wildflowers we'll see, we take them on a hike. And some of these kids have lived in a city all their life and have never been on a hike. And so that's a great way to kind of get them out and explore nature. They say hike and they're like, oh, what is a hike? We don't want to go. And then at the end, they're like, we want to stay longer. So it's always great to see those moments of kids, you know, those are our future stewards. They're the ones that are going to take our jobs someday when we retire, that getting that love for nature in them now, it's really cool to see when it happens.
Right. And real quick, before we wrap up, I know you had sent us a graphic with a bunch of different owls on it. What are these, the kind of owls that you will find in Illinois, or what's pictured here?
Yep, so these are the typical owls in Illinois. Other than 3, there are 3 accidentals: the boreal owl, the northern hawk owl, and the tawny owl. Those are kind of accidental sightings that if someone happened to see one at some point, they're like, oh, they live here. Well, they don't. But there are 9 species that do. Yeah, like the snowy owl, they do pass through this area. Every now and then we'll see them this far south. We're seeing more and more of them the past few years, but that'll just be something we talk about some in our like our owl hikes of, here's some of the owls you might see. Here's some that are common to Macon County. Here's some that you might find throughout the entire state.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here and for sharing all of this information with us. And if you want more information about the Macon County Conservation District, you can visit us on our website after the show at ciLiving.tv.